Welcome everyone. And my name is Zhang, and Kedar and I are leading this thematic workshops, but he's not here because we have another workshop. It's just in this building in parallel. So first of all, I also want to thank Bo An and Ke-Wei to organize this very interesting meeting. I'm not a expert in the finance service at all, but I try to introduce. We will have a AI for science institution or initiative. So I just give some brief introduction of this initiative. So first of all, we are the first question we want to see why we need AI for science. What is AI for science? So basically, we actually have some argument about how we define that, because this is the important for the initiative. So AI for science here we try to define as a general effort to utilize AI technology for solving the scientific problem towards scientific discovery. So the goal is to bring together the science of AI, basically computer science, AI expert with a top research scientist to identify, characterize, and solve the problem in the basic sciences. So I draw a picture here, and AI and basic science. So the crossover, that is AI for science. So this is different from science of AI. We will define that later. And of course, also different from many other like AI for X. So here, the motivation for AI for science, why we need AI for science. So we know that, the traditional way or conventional paradigm for scientific discovery, of course, is very important driving this science development, but it's really slow compared to the modern experimental data set, because it's very fast. It's accumulate. So here I show one example to demonstrate why AI for science is so important. This example is from the AlphaFold and on protein structure prediction. That is what I have been working on in this field for about 20 years. And we have been using traditional method, just like what I showing here, is using the some physical-based or statistical-based approach to predict the three-dimensional structure from amino acids sequence or from gene. And we have seen the field is there's some like incremental progress, but for more than 50 years, the field is we are still puzzled about how protein fold. So in this field, there is a very important well-known competition. It's called the CASP. It's organized every 2 years. And every 2 years, the organizer will collect about 100 protein, which nobody knows the structure. So we know the sequence, but we don't know the structure. So then they will send this sequence to us, to the predictor, to predict the structure. In the meantime, they will send this to the experimental structure biologist to use experimental resolution, the tools to solve the structure. That's very slow and expensive. So then 3 months later, they will compare your predicted model with the experimental structure. So this is a very objective way to assess the computational method. And this is the first time for human being to bring or introduce a kind of competition into scientific research. So I have been participating for this for several times, and I will say this field is I say it's incremental because the progress is slow. But suddenly, when AI, artificial intelligence, is introduced to this field, basically, is leading by the Google DeepMind. He developed a method is called AlphaFold. So their way is very, it's very different from the traditional approach. So they don't use any physical law or statistics. So start from a sequence, and we have many of the structure solved by experiments. We have about 100,000 protein structure. We know the structure. Then they will build a transformer neural network to train their parameters. There's 10 billion parameters in this network. Then they train that one and try to learn what is the final structure. So, and then also they put a structure module to convert the sequence to the 3-dimensional coordinates. So that is a very different way from doing protein structure. But very surprisingly, their structure prediction is very accurate. So you can see here, the blue is the experimental structure, and the green is a predicted structure. So it's almost identical. Those are blind tests, so it's not like a benchmark. So that is really shocked the way of the entire life science. So that in the second day of this meeting, and there is many of this news article. So there's one article is in the Nature says this will change everything. So it's eventually really brought out a revolution to this field. But one of the major reasons for the success is that, which I mentioned, the 10 billion parameters. That is very much more than what a traditional using statistical method. We only have about maximum about 100 or 200 parameters to train. So that is because the nature, the first field or the rule is much more complicated than what a statistical model can handle. So that is, I think, to me, I think it's a major reason for this success. So encouraged by this success, so there's many other fields, including what we are doing here, to build a different initiative all over the world. So I just highlighted in this picture. So we have put a question mark here because we don't have any spot here. That's Singapore. So that is the reason we are here. So for this, we are going to build up a initiative, is AI for Science initiative in Singapore. So we try to provide a national level platform to promote the collaboration between the science of AI expert and the top research scientists from different institutions and different area. So, of course, this is actually in this inside Singapore, we know we currently already have some of the scientific research is already, among the top. So we want to really provide, support and the risk, financial or support for this, enhance this kind of leadership. Also try to, facilitate this kind of further new group or especially the young investigator to, to reach out to the higher level of the research study. So this is the architecture of this, what we have in mind from the NRF, because all this support is coming from NRF. And I participated this meeting last week. So they have, I don't want to reveal the number, but there is a substantial support, financial support for this pipeline. One is the fundamental research on the AI for science, of science, that as served as a catalyst, support this additional AI for science. We are here, and then further of AI for science will have some application of the AI for science to more like important or advanced priority sectors. So here the sector basically, this is AI for science methodology, and the important is the data set. And those are show some example on the biomedical science and material science and medicine clinical health study. So that is what have currently in mind in the NRF. So this is the milestones which we have towards the establishment of SG AI for Science initiative. So we already have a scoping study and have a conference here in the February. And then we are organize a series of these thematic workshops. So including this one, and we will try to, one of the goal I will just mention is that we will get the expertise, idea from you guys, and then they will come up with a FRC study report. Then we will have a very important workshop or conference. Is NTCI AI for Science. NT is Nobel Turing Challenge Initiative Conference. So we will invite the top leader of the field in both AI and science. So then eventually we will have a grand challenge call for proposal. So we are here today, currently, by the end of this April. And so this is the series of this thematic workshop. And we are here is AI for financial services. And thanks for this, you guys' attention. And we'll have other, like today we have the AI for chemical and biological manufacturing. And tomorrow will be AI for RNA biology and others. So there's a important one is this AI method for science. So we will bring together this real expert of the computer science and AI expert because they will listen to us. What's our problem? And they will provide some support. So that is the overall structure. And here is basically the pipeline. We are here to, to have this thematic workshop, and the output is I put it pretty small, but it's there is a output is 3 to 5 page white papers, and we will answer the question: what are the big problem? Oh, it's not a program; it's a big problem of this field in the financial services, and what is the challenge and bottlenecks. So what is the global methodology? And finally, what will be the opportunity and outcome, especially opportunity special for Singapore. So after we have this, the white paper, and this guy will listen to you, and they will try to address this kind of problem, provide some feedback. So eventually we will have a new version iteratively. And then we will put together, basically, Kida and I and other, staff member from NRF will have a final study report, FRC report. Then around probably in the August of this year, we will have a call for proposal from, the you guys here. And hopefully then we will find the real expert and for make a contribution for this AI for science in Singapore. So that is all I want to say for the introduction of AI for science. And yeah, thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Yang, for the introduction about the background of the workshop. So my name is Bo An. I'm one of the co-organizers of this workshop. And Ke-Wei is here, who is another co-organizer. Ke-Wei is from NUS, I'm from NTU. So how we're going to issue the schedule? Maybe before we get started, perhaps it's good for everybody just make a very short introduction, say a few words, where are you from and what you're doing, maybe like very brief introduction about yourself. We can go around all the tables. I think we have time. So I can start from myself. I'm Bo An. I'm doing AI research. For AI for science, I have some projects, for instance, AI for material discovery. For finance, I'm doing reinforcement learning for financial market trading.
Thank you. So I'm Ke-Wei. I'm from NUS. So I have joint appointment. So one primary appointment is I'm the executive director of Asian Institute of Digital Finance. That's a fintech research center at NUS. And I also the associate professor from information systems under school computing. So my research is about using AI for credit scoring of public companies and also using AI to generate and analyze financial reports. Thank you. We start on.
Hi, good morning. My name is Rick. I'm from A-Star, Institute of High Performance Computing. My team does AI and advanced computing. In terms of domain applications, my team focuses on healthcare and also finance.
Hi, I'm Yongren. I'm from Cambridge Care. So for my team, we are based in Caris, we're based in Create. So we do mainly like knowledge graph stuff, and also we put a bit of generative AI into our work. So I'll pass it to Lee.
Hi, I'm Srishti. I'm also from Cambridge Cares together with Yongren. So we are working on a project called the World Avatar, where we're basically using knowledge graphs to solve different types of problems. And in this workshop, we were hoping to learn more about how we could potentially use things like ESG and knowledge graphs together. Yeah, thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Amrita. I work with the Asian Institute of Digital Finance. Within AIDF, I work with the Credit Research Initiative project. So I'm working with the client service team over there.
Yeah, hi, Bernard here from SIT, Associate Professor. So I'm working on carbon accounting for marine ships and vessels. So I hope to look into green financing for the marine industry or other industries. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joe. I'm also from A-Star. I'm from a different team that works on computational social science. And one of the areas we work on is financial literacy in adults.
Thanks. My name is Biplab. I'm the head of the Electrical and Computer Engineering Department at NUS. So my interest is more in privacy preserving synthetic data generation. So I do some of it for financial data. Thanks.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Justin. I'm representing AI Labs of UOB. So currently we are working on bringing LLMs as well as time forecasting for financial purposes within the bank.
Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm from Nanyang Business School at NTU, colleague of Bo An's, and I'm dual qualified in computer science and law for over 30 years. And all my research for the last 30 years has been at the intersection of cutting edge technology and law. So AI is definitely one of my various research projects. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gao Fei from A-Star. So our team working on the semantic intelligence, mostly dealing with unstructured data as well as structured ones. So we try to reveal the insight of data with their in context. So our application will be mostly in finance and also in healthcare. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Ricardo, also from A-Star HPC. Specifically, we are looking more into how to apply AI into ESG, looking also in reports, trying to understand a bit better about the company's performance in the various domains.
Hi, everyone. Ranjan here. Good to see some known faces. I work on large language model and how to extract information from the unstructured data. We focus on ESG and a lot on the financial services as well. Thanks.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Chisengpoon Patrick from NTU, Singapore. I'm an associate professor in our math department. So I mainly do research in stochastic control, differential equation, and recently machine learning, reinforcement learning, and even quantum computing and their applications in finance.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Xue Yang from A-Star Institute for Infocom Research, or I2R. We have a lot of expertise in AI, especially predictive analytics, optimization, structured and unstructured, especially on the NLP. And we are also looking at developing all kinds of foundation models. So we're really looking forward to collaborations in applying some of the AI capabilities in the financial and especially on the green finance areas. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning. My name is Farzam from ASR HPC. We are working on the RIG on various AI applications. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Joyjit. I'm from physics-based AI team. My research focus is how I can incorporate knowledge into AI modeling. One use case is finance, especially in the portfolio management, wealth management, forecasting. These are the topics we are very interested in. Try to collaborate.
Hi, my name is Raja. I'm also from I2R. So we both are from the machine intelligence department. But personally, my team works on explainable AI and also risk analytics. I mean, more from the applied side. So we've been working on different areas of audit risk analytics in the past, more from explainability angle. Yeah, happy to collaborate with interested people. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brahim. So I'm working with Fazam and Jojit and part of IHPC with Rick. And my personal interest is portfolio optimization, mostly using AI and other techniques.
Hello, I'm Gao Kun, and I'm from HPC Star, and my research is in inductive logic programming and neural symbolic method on knowledge graph data or time series data. We find some explainable rules from this kind of data sets. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Qixi. I'm from SUSSS. Currently, I'm working on interpretable AI and how it can be helpful for financial decision making. And also, I'm also working on science for AI, how to use the fractional calculus and this differential equation to develop a novel neural network framework.
Hi, I'm Ying Hui. I'm also from SUSS. Currently, we're looking into projects involving AI into some empirical financial studies, such as sentiment detection and pricing factors, behavioral finance, etc. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Nilanjan. I'm from SUTD. I'm a social scientist, and particularly I work on impact of AI on the future of work, the kind of skills and jobs, how that's going to change. And I also look at the impact of algorithms on building personal credibility.
My name is Luis Cruz. I work in DBS. I am an IBM Distinguished Engineer and Master Inventor. And 4 years ago, I basically journeyed to create a DBS data platform. So that encompasses both structured, unstructured data, and a large variety of technology you guys mentioned, graph, high performance computing clustering, and all of it dedicated for, just shaping how DBS does, machine learning and AI. And we have a large contribution to the Singapore government, MAS, IMDA, and so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Qin Song from A-Star, working with on the RIG. Our team is working on privacy preserving AI, including differential privacy, multi-party computing, federated learning, also blockchain. We are especially interested in combining AI and blockchain. Yeah, here we're looking for opportunity to work with you for this domain.
Morning, everyone. My name is Jenfen. You can also call me Jeff. So I wear two hats, both in academic and industry. I am associate professor of finance at SMU, and I'm going to become the department head in 2 months. So I actually represent a lot of finance demand from my department. I heard a lot of things about ESG, about portfolio optimization. These are the research focus in a typical finance department. And I do want to learn more about what AI can do in our research. So that's one aspect. And I also run my own hedge fund. So I am the CIO and the founder of a quantitative hedge fund in Singapore. And we are also actively exploring AI, but I'm afraid there isn't much I can talk about it. Okay. But we do want to test all kind of different techniques. And I can tell you, we are very active in trying new ideas and investments in this area. So I heard questions like again portfolio optimization. Okay, we have very good classical solutions already, but I'm curious how much more can AI add to that. But on top of that, maybe I can point a few research directions or key challenges we face. I know we're going to spend more time on the details later, but let me just throw out the big questions. So on the fundamental research side, we are interested in how decisions are made at the individual level, the micro level. How AI can help individuals learn more about themselves, how they can make better decisions. When I say better, it's not just a positive prediction, but we want to see how the decision can be improved in a normative sense. So that's one big area. But that's more from the academic end. Okay, on the real application or investment side, we are interested in how the AI can be used to forecast things at the aggregate level, at the market level. Not so much on the micro level yet. Okay, but at the aggregate level, we know social sciences are different from physics or hard sciences. Okay, it pretty much involves multiple equilibrium. It's very stochastic, and we want to see what kind of AI technologies can really work in real life. Talking about finance, everybody understands the potential impact of success. So we can be your lab in the real test, in and out of the sample test. Okay, so questions at the micro at the macro or the aggregate market level typically involves predicting price trend, individual movements, portfolio optimization, risk management. So indeed, I'm glad that we have a full house of experts to speak to today. Looking forward to the interaction later.
Morning, everybody. My name's Stuart. I'm the head of innovation at UOB Bank. I joined UOB about 7 years ago to start the digital bank in UOB. UOB Tomorrow, some of you be familiar with. We've deployed AI successfully and unsuccessfully in all aspects of that bank. So portfolio, ESG, customer engagement, credit scoring, all of these areas. So our interest is to try and carry on with that, push the boundaries further, and looking for collaborations in that space. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Yok. I'm from economics. I'm interested in looking at the application of AI in economic modeling and also in international finance.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Thomas. So I'm from NUS, from the Office of the Deputy President for Research and Technology. So my role in NUS, actually, I oversee the AI initiatives across all faculties, schools, and whatever and whatnot. So yeah, recently we had a huge workshop, kind of like getting everybody in doing on AI. So kind of here to see that, how AI would be going on the national level, on the national infrastructure. And what I believe personally is AI is interdisciplinary, right? So, beyond financial services, you might never know, AI in other areas can actually help out also in financial services.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yao Chen. I'm also from NUS, and I work on the research topics by improving the efficiency of the modern AI systems from both the hardware and the software perspective.
Hello, morning. Frank Sin, US School of Computing. I do financial applications of natural language processing and a bit of optimization, of course, learning-based method.
Morning, Randall Duran from SMU School of Information Systems. I teach courses on fintech and banking technology, do some research in the areas of ESG data, credit scoring with AI, and wealth management with AI.
Yeah, again, my name is Zhang. I'm a professor in the computer science of the NUS. I'm also a professor in the medical school, so in the biochemistry and cancer science institution. So I'm outside of the financial services, but I'm happy to see there's so many experts from different school to this very nice organized meeting. Welcome.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Si Liang Tong, or you can call me Jack. I'm from NTU, Nanyang Business School. So my research centers around the interaction between new technology applications and the human decision-making. And the reason of my research looks into how the generative AI application will affect individual investment decisions, collaborating with Alipay, and also how GAI applications can help doctors better manage the patients, either inpatient or outpatient. So thank you very much.
Hello, all. Good morning. I'm Anand. I'm also from NU School of Computing, same as Ke-Wei. So we are from the same department. I basically work on generative AI for entertainment purposes, but I'm teaching lots of fintech classes, and we focus mostly on the portfolio optimization. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I guess it's great to see so many experts from HL, A-Star, and industry, and especially lots of people have done an intersection between AI and finance. So this is rough agenda for today. I think, as Yang mentioned, the main purpose for this workshop is really try to identify the pain points, the challenging future directions, and the intersection of AI and finance. So we're going to meet that goal through discussion. But as we have about 30 people, or even more than that, we couldn't discuss together. So, and Ke-Wei and I did some homework before this. So we kind of identified a few directions, namely 3. So later, each of you can join one discussion group. So we're going to have 3 discussion groups together. So you can join one of those. So that's called breakout sessions. And before that, we have a tea break. And each breakout group, we have 3 groups, as I mentioned. So each group, we might have 1 or 2 leaders. And end of that, we're going to each group, the leaders might share your conclusion, your findings, this or that. So I'm going to introduce those 3 directions, and Ke-Wei will do the last part, try to summarize everything and to conclude this workshop. So, okay, so I'm going to start with, as I mentioned, we did some homework and have 3 directions. So it's fairly easy how we come up with those 3 directions. Actually, I may not go through all of those. So there are in total 3. The first 2 are about develop AI technology for finance. The last one is look at how to address potential issues when we apply AI for finance. So the last one is obvious. The first 2 about how to further develop AI for finance, we have 2 topics. One is about large language model, and I guess few of you already mentioned. So especially when you can, for applying large language model for finance, what can we do? The first topic is look at technologies beyond large language model. We're looking at other, either generative AI or other techniques or other fundamental techniques. So that's how we divided the whole space into three groups. The last one is more about concerns, ethics, bias, or the security, safety, all those type of things. Concerns to address all those type of issues. And the topic 2 is about large language model for finance. The first one is other techniques, generative AI or traditional methods, whatever. So I'm going to quickly go through those 3 topics. The first one is mentioned, we just came up with a title, but later, we can certainly update that. It's more about generative AI and theory-guided AI for financial service. I guess I won't go through this. We all know like Sora is all those type of tools. They're amazing. And we also know that the financial markets are very complex and super dynamic. And hopefully generative AI can provide tools and models, the complex system. One direct thought is whether we can build some simulator for financial industry following such kind of idea. And last one, it's about simulator. So it's certainly something very important. Next one, please. I'm going to go through this very quickly. About use cases, we hope all those types of things could be useful for finance regulators, investors, students, or researchers. Good. Next one, please. So we just need some potential challenges for this topic to address. For instance, how to efficiently process large, or multimodal data, financial data, how to process data, how to build a high fidelity market simulator. I know this is quite challenging and there isn't a good simulator. How to make a robust and efficient trading decision, how to do evaluation comprehensively, and how to utilize simulator based on generative AI for downstream tasks, and how to integrate with existing systems based on traditional economic modeling and economic estimation. So that's more for topic 1. We're looking at techniques other than large language model for a financial industry. Next one, please. So topic 2 is purely look at large language model empowered financial service. I think now I believe there are lots of industry that are looking at this, either Q&A or build large language model based agents for more complex decision-making problem. So for instance, AI agents utilizing large language model are transforming the landscape of decision-making. By accessing and analyzing, all the knowledge, they can significantly surpass traditional decision-making methods. I guess we heard about few so-called foundational finance model for financial industry, and also AI agents, big AI agents for financial industry. And also, large language model empowered AI has a potential to assist in guiding financial decisions, makes them more comprehensible to a wider audience without requiring extensive domain knowledge. Move on, next one. Potential use case, for instance, extract new unstructured information and enhance multimodal forecasting models, or analyze public textual information from public firms' ratings and all those type of things, and provide financial advices to financial professionals and customers, detecting fraud, strengthen financial safety, and large language model can be integrated to process automation for accounting and report generation and so on. I guess all those could be potential use cases built on large language model. Next one, please. Potential challenges, for instance, accuracy and vulnerability for AIMM output and AIM's overdependence on prompts, ensure adaptability in complex market environments, and also look at Asian local large language model in finance, designing AI agents capable of long-term strategic planning, clarifying the decision-making process of regulatory compliance and customer transparency and so on. So the second one is more looking at large language model. please go to the third one. Third one is really looking at regulating AI usage in financial service. I believe this is something very important, especially MS is, they really feel this is important. I think a few days ago, they're sending some emails to different IHL asking about their thoughts about potential threats when AI is more widely used in the financial sector. So wide usage of AI systems in the finance sector may lead to data privacy issues, ethical concerns, and a risk of biased decisions. So I think last year, roughly November or October, U.S. Senate, and there's a testimony. They basically have, I guess, 4-day discussion on AI risks to financial sector. So this is Michael Wellman. I know him very well. He made a testimony and Congress about, I guess this is something he mentioned when AI makes the decisions to our norms adequately ensure accountability of those putting AI to work. If you're interested, I think the whole thing is recorded. You can download that online, find that online. Next one, please. So there are potential use cases, for instance, data privacy, how to address that, fraud prevention and ethical use of AI, and trading and risk management, all those issues. For research challenges, I guess data security, bias, fairness, explainability. I guess few of people, sounds like from A-Star, they have a few groups look at explainability, transparency, and also the whole things are changing. Financial industry, it's very competitive, so everything is changing over time. I guess that's a rough idea about the 3 topics, but when we are discussing, certainly you can propose whatever which is significant, important, but which is not mentioned here. We are welcome for that as well. So I guess maybe we're going to have a tea break. Maybe before that, we want to do the grouping after the tea break or before that? Maybe after that. Let's have a tea break first. Then after that, we divide all of you into 3 groups, and we need some volunteers to be the group leaders as well. So let's have a tea break, roughly about 30 minutes from now to. Okay, so what's the time now? This is 9:45. We're going to have a tea break until 10:55. Okay. Yeah, we have 30 minutes tea break. Okay, 10:15. We're going to get together and start the breakout session. Thank you.
Yeah. So time is up. So sorry to interrupt. And later after the sharing session. So now we move on to the next session. We will have 10 minutes for each one of the discussion group to share their conclusion. So it's good to see every group has a very active discussion. So after the sharing session, we will have lunch session. So we can continue our offline discussion later. So now let's start with the first group for sharing their conclusions. Want to?
I'll just read it because if not, I'm going to forget all the talking points. But in general, when it comes to generative AI and theory guided AI, so we spoke a lot about multifaceted applications of AI that can span from how they can accelerate scientific discovery across financial services. So we've explored possibilities on both Gen AI and theory guided for synthetic data, personalized financial products, explainable AI for credit scoring. And then we also considered unexpected intersections of AI on a concept that is called soft living, which is basically exploring how AI-powered tools can promote, individualized well-being, sustainable consumption of financial products, being more connected and more recommended of what these financial products can do for you. We also acknowledge some potential concerns regarding the technology, dependence on ethical considerations,
And we highlighted a vast potential of AI to revolutionize some of these, financial industries, emphasizing, the importance of responsible development, mindful integration, and ultimately ensuring an equitable impact for society. So it's kind of what the conversation elongated to.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So now we move on to the second groups. Yeah.
So can you hear me? So I don't.
Okay. Yeah.
Is the online audience also want to hear question? Oh, there is Zoom. Oh, I cannot see them. Now I need, because we used to teach anyway. So one of the things you learn from that to have a loud voice. Okay, we are very old school, so paper and pen, and then we didn't have time to summarize to have a conclusion. So I just throw away whatever we discussed. So please bear with me. It's not very well organized. So first we discussed what are the challenges. So we try to summarize the challenges of LLM for fintech, which is accuracy, adaptability, performance, cost effectiveness, reliability, and then later we realized that liability also is very, very important factor here. And potential application, as in the slide, multimodal forecasting, risk assessment, financial advisor, fraud detection, process automation for accounting or report generation. So that's summarizing the slide into this so we can work on the. And we were lucky that we have a person from the industry in our group from UOB. So we asked a direct question, actually, what are the pain points? We don't want to develop a solution that nobody wants it. So what are the pain points? And we got the feedback, actually, the current one of the main one is the automated customer servicing, like a Q&A system that provide the proper answer, because there are too many agents, too few agents, sorry, and too many requests and customers. So how to come with the automated customer service, which is reliable. And then there was another suggestion, beside answering the request, answering the question, can we also do the process automation? So one step ahead of that. So not only answer the question correctly, but also execute what the process needs to be done after that. So even one step ahead of that. So that could be what potential research issue and the topic for the proposal. One potential suggestion for that to address the liability that the team came up with is have an expert in the loop. How we will build not just the LLM model, but a whole system. So we include more blocks that actually an expert here, such as the expert in the loop. So this solution save the time, hopefully, for the expert. So the expert don't need to have a direct communication, save the time. So and empower the expert with all the knowledge. And the one of the biggest consequence, there will be workflow the disruption in this method, which is beneficial for the bank services. However, there is one major bottleneck here with adding more and more layer into the AI system. It make it slower and more computationally expensive. So if any proposal is going to submit it from out of this, it's good to consider this factor as well. So it's not just proposing a solution, but come with a holistic ecosystem that also address the green environment, as the power usage, address the speed, so that if the proposed solution can be actually implemented in the real environment with all this limitation. Then there was another pain point from our industry collaborator, that actually one of the issue with especially the ASEAN countries is the understanding the voice. So the fine-tune localization for ASEAN is another topic that is high demanding. How to convert the voice to the text and convert it back to the voice depends to that context. So many of the finance term has different meaning in different languages. So all has to be, and the voices has a lot of similarities, how this can be translated correctly to preserve the context. Then there was a good suggestion on the personalization part that we are facing. Can we personalize the LLM or the service based on our needs? So one suggestion to break it into the 2 model or maybe multiple models, so that the user which facing his client, the client not just be the interface for the web API, but also has a SLM inside. So is a personalized SLM to the user to know that, okay, this user, his language is Chinese or is Malay, always talk to his Malay, understand his person, and then send whatever required to the server, which is the bigger LLM to address the query if needed and come back. So this potential architecture can address that power resource requirement in the big server on the banking side as well. So that has a potential approach. So addressing the personalization at the same time, the computational power needed. Then there was another suggestion, can be even more personalization, make it personalized relationship. So to have a personal, so that the user, the mobile app, whatever, have a very good understanding of the user, and based on that, provide a financial advice or whatever to this customer and user. So that could be another research avenue. Then there was another crazy suggestion, can we develop risk-taker AI? So we are talking about the hallucination in LLM, but can we develop the AI that also gives some advice, which is a bit risky? So still in the gray line, so it's not in the red zone, the gray line, not purely white, in the gray line, but still is acceptable. This potentially will be very useful for long-term planning. So that could be another research avenue. So still provide the solution. It's a bit risky, but still within the acceptable range. And then there the discussion, okay, we are all talking about the text. How about this about how to generate the knowledge graph. So there was the issue that currently using the LLM doesn't provide the accurate result. How we can use LLM for domain-specific auto-knowledge generation construction, not knowledge graph construction, sorry. And to develop that, we realized that one important piece is missing is the method or metric or benchmark to check the validity of the LLM output. What can be developed here, so we can actually test and validate the result. Then there was a discussion on the time series data, because the banking data, the financial, is not just a text, actually there are a lot of numbers. So if we develop LLM for time series and then to analyze those numerical tabular data to generate some insight from it, how to generate knowledge from the pure numbers and time series data. So that could be another good research avenue. And the rest is for you to fill up. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Just move this on so people can see. So we were topic 3, which was the around the ethics and the AI and the legislative. Full disclosure, I just basically dumped all my problems out from UOBs. So hopefully you can solve some of them. So we discussed the nature of sorry. Okay. So the nature of the regulatory problem, it wasn't just Singapore-centric. This is an international issue. ASEAN, global, how all the different jurisdictions relating to any kind of AI governance and regulation have to be interoperable. Then we started talking about mainly around LLMs, actually, but the problem of the regulators not requiring a black box, whereas the LLMs are inherently black boxes. So how do we square that away? How do we deal with that? Predictability versus unpredictability in the models. partly how do we defend ourselves against that as an incumbent bank, but also how can we make them more predictable when they're inherently unpredictable. Then we moved into a large amount of discussion around the fundamental data sources, data privacy, cross-border data regulations, which then led into a very useful discussion around synthetic data sets. So how would synthetic data sets allow us to get around, not get around is the wrong word, but I will rephrase that, to allow us to test models. The use case I gave out there, which is a live one for most retail banks, is things like cross-border fraud or fraud models that we acquire from vendors who may have trained them on a Western data set or a non-Southeast Asian data set. How do we train it? When, of course, each of the different ASEAN nations has a different data privacy cross-border regime, okay? Full disclosure, scammers don't care about the law. So they're training their models already, all right? And most scammers use sophisticated models already. So synthetic data was very, very strong. We think there's a lot of research to be done there, how banks can leverage synthetic data sources. Linked to that as well, we talked about the ownership of data, traceability of data sets. Again, especially in base models, proprietary models, how do I defend myself against if I use an OpenAI model and they've used copyrighted or non-copyrighted or fair use material as whatever they use? How do I defend against that? Is that my liability? Is their liability? These type of questions are still open. They're not resolved yet. We moved on to talk about bias in the data sets inherently. So tackling bias, a debate about deepfake, about the use of deepfakes. How can the research teams help us with deepfake detection? This is not just on facial biometric, but it'll also be on voice biometric, maybe on palm biometric as well, going forward. Likewise, then we also discussed about using one of the things that we've been looking at is detecting what are called love scams, if you know what love scam is, right? And they often involve a long text chat in a certain format. So detecting that text as it starts to come in to kind of warn the customer, this is likely to be, you know, a love scam, so that kind of detection. Then we got into kind of very deep issues in terms of third-party accountability. So if something goes wrong, who is accountable across the entire model supply chain? So I liked your personalization architecture there. But how would we resolve this across the supply chain? Which brings us into the bigger issue of trust. So how do all of these AI applications affect trust with the customer? How do we establish trust? What is trust in a world of deep fakery and AI? And that is an important question for a bank. Clearly, you need to trust us when our RMs on your clever model tell you something. How do you trust them? Right? And things like that. So that was where we got to. So there are a lot of research areas we think that are unclear or emerging as a result of the technology platforms. And again, being very selfish and dominating the discussion, as a bank, there are things that we can't do until those areas are resolved. And it's not a technical problem, right? It's a trust and ethics problem. So that's where we got to. Anything else the group wants to add? No? Okay, good.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So just okay. So yeah, thank you all very much for spending your precious time with us today. So first, let me clarify the next step. So Professor Bo An and me, we will work together to prepare a report to NRF and taking all of your input. I'm trying to walk around and listen to as many discussions as possible, but say I cannot do parallel computing. So every time I only in one of the sessions. So please feel free to email us any of your inputs about say what kind of research is important and relevance to Singapore local industries needs. Okay, so the goal of our report is to provide inputs to NRF to prepare a call for proposal for the AI and the finance. Okay, so this is under NRF, so more or less it should be related to the scientific research and the foundational research. But at the same time, NRF also try to encourage the research that will have stronger local or regional impact. Okay, so that's the goal. So please feel free to email me your ideas, your inputs about what kind of research we should do on the AI and the finance arm. So later we will put together all of the inputs and then prepare the report. So then send to NRF. NRF will decide the grant call for the AI plus all of the research areas. So that's the high level input output and the goal of today's workshop. Okay, and at the same time, I would say from my experience, I always do quite interdisciplinary research. So we have experts from computer science, from AI, and also from finance, and also under computer science, it's a very, very broad area. There are different disciplines. So I always feel, there are researchers in Singapore, they're working on very similar topics, but they don't know each other. So actually, they are doing the reinventing the wheels. So I hope today's workshop can help everybody to know each other. And if you are working on similar research, similar techniques, then maybe you can work together. The research output could be better, and also the opportunity to be accepted into top journal or top conference is higher, right? That's one thing. And also, like when I first joined NUS, I have a joint appointment on the School of Computing and Economics department. So I always feel the research area is very, silo in terms just within the academic areas. So like some of the very complicated, sophisticated methods, it's only known by the researchers within one area. So today, the other way, I hope everybody know each other is like some of the finance experts can know more about AI and work with the AI experts to strengthen the AI component in finance paper and also vice versa, right? So most of the, in all three groups discussion, we talk about the explainability black box, right? So all of the AI model, deep learning model, it's most of them, they are black box, and but there are also a lot of the finance theory, economics model, and there's a potential we can combine two, right, to build a better AI model. Right, and then the other dimension I'm hoping everybody can benefit from this workshop is for academic researchers, especially at the 3, 4, 5 major universities in Singapore. Usually we care about publication, right? So the paper can be published in top journal or top conference may not be suitable for the commercial products in the industry. Right, there's always a gap between industry and academic research, and so I also hope today's workshop can facilitate, encourage more collaboration between academics research and industry research. So at AIDF, we are the FinTech Research Center, and we also have the PhD students. So our PhD students can focus on, say, CS, focus on finance. Also, some of them, they want to be entrepreneurship. So I always had the headache how to balance and manage our PhD program. So the bright side is, so I believe for all of you, if you are interested in FinTech research, you can contact me, and I can introduce you to the researchers and the PhD student. They fit your interest and the preference of research. Right. At the same time, I think it's also good. I keep thinking how to balance that, because 3 types of students, I mean, the CS, more like CS PhD student, finance PhD student, or the PhD student, they want to become an entrepreneurship. They all need different training and they want to do different kind of research. Right. So how to balance that? So if we together, we can put out some, say, problem statement, at least balance 2 areas, then I think it's a very fruitful outcome. So that's all. So we can continue our interaction networking during the lunch session. Thank you all very much again for